Welcome, CNG 124, to the online discussion. Um, saw last night that there might have been an issue with week 13 discussion link. Led back to week 12. Oh, you did, didn't it? Um, but a way to get around that is to go to discussions and then drop down to, whoa, where's my week 13? Oh, no. And I don't know what happened there. Okay. Well, week 13 was supposed to be there. I'll give everyone credit for week 13. No problem. So let's talk about tests. Um, with your tests, as you saw, we have another. We had a test last week. This week we don't have a test. Next week we have the finals, or I shouldn't say next week. 2 weeks from now we have the finals. So hopefully during this time you've been doing something such as this. Hopefully a few of you see this and know what it is. It's the Kaplan. This one is for the server, Windows Server score, but you guys' score will kind of be the same thing. When you show me this, you know, it should be 70 or above, which just like this one it is. And then you want to submit that into an assignment, and you want to submit that. Where's it at? I thought I had it at the top. No, I don't want to view history. Oh, I see why. So you want to go to assignments and right around here at the bottom. So it's going to be maybe on page 2. Um, Pay attention to how many you're displaying per page. That has an influence on what you're seeing on one page. I usually just bump mine to 200 so everything's on one page, so I can see all your guys' work on one page. But that doesn't work for grades for some reason. I can only see like 18, then I have to go to page 2 and see the rest of your 4. But Kaplan submissions is where you're going to put this score like this, and then you're going to post it. Make sure when you post it that it's a viewable picture. Once again, it can be a selfie, it can be a link to a Dropbox of some sort, it can be um, recording on Twitch, on Mixer. It can be a link to an OBS file. Any way to show me that you scored a higher than a 70 or above, and therefore that will modify your tests 1 through 3. Which is, having 100 points on what did we say last week? 15% of your grade, pretty substantial part of your grade. Free a way to earn free points. Of course, they're not really free. You had to study for them. But as we see here, yeah, test 15% of your grade, skills final 15% of your grade, final exam 15% of your grade. So we have a few large percent of your grades. To do that. Another way, if you're trying to make up points, if you forgot a lab, feel free to go back and do those labs. I want you to get those points to achieve the grade that you can get out of this course. With that being said, um, for each person that completes all coursework, you can't be all -1 or all -2. It has to be all your coursework. Getting a passing score on the MTA exam, 98,366. It's not proctored in class. It's proctored at the Larimer campus. Or passing successfully passing the Network Plus exam. If you guys show me this documentation, I'll pass you in the class for an automatic A. The MTAs can be done at the Larimer campus. The networking here's my feedback on the networking MTA. The networking MTA always feels just a little bit more difficult because it relies on you having mastered um, the information that I presented. And that's different from A plus or CNG 132, which is Security Plus, because in A plus it's more of providing the best solution um, to exercise that problem, or in 132, it's using logical thinking to problem solving. The Network Plus side is knowing absolute facts in order to pass that certification. So networking a little bit more challenging, but should be done. If you're taking this course, yeah, you should sit down and take it. Get a certification while you're at Front Range. MTAs should be discounted or free at the Larimer campus. I really don't have anybody at the campus that I know right now that I could ask. Network Plus, though, I do know students that have taken the A Plus, the Security Plus, because once again um, they've listened to the advice I gave them. A Plus providing the best answer, Security Plus using logical thinking to get the answer, where Network Plus is once again knowing the absolute facts about the network. So yeah, you should walk away. And if you need help, actually, there is a. Let me see if I can't bring this up on another screen. Google search CompTIA, CompTIA. I think it's the student marketplace and discount that you search. Academic score. Yes. Okay. So I think it's going to print out the right one. This is so I searched CompTIA marketplace students, all three different words in one search, and they're doing bundles too. That's what I was going to get to. So by using your student email and going to the student marketplace, you can purchase vouchers. This didn't show me vouchers. So we're looking for the this right here, the academic score store. And okay, there we go. Go to the academic score store. So here you can get vouchers at a huge discount. You see the A plus voucher, $100. If you're going to pay for this, I thought it was at $197 for one test and then $197 for another test. This voucher gives you, I don't know, a little less than 50% off. Same with the Network Plus. If you were to look at these scores outside of this, you're going to see that they're almost double the price. Pen test, ACAD. And if you guys feel like you need, this is what I gave you guys earlier in the semester. If you feel like you just need a little bit more rehearsal, since you're in class right now and you guys are studying the possibility of studying many different um, topics, maybe different domains. Perhaps you go to the Chibe University just for refresher material. Once again, I don't know if that code was used. That's one I found on the internet. But perhaps you go there and see if there is we're just doing Network Plus. So see if there's a Network Plus certification. We did, since you guys took CNG 124 with me, most of our information came from CCNA 1. So I'm preparing you guys for the CCNA certification. So that might be another roadmap. Perhaps you jump into CCNA Fast Track at one of the campuses. I think it's at all the campuses right now. But perhaps you jump into that, and I don't see the CompTIA ones. It looks like they're all A plus. Let's try CompTIA. So they just have the A plus class for now. $9.99. We could see if that 75% discount would work on that. Checkout. Must be promo code. it's not valid. So you'd have to look for another coupon code, but $9.99 for preparation. Oh, that's the old one too. The old one. If you feel like you want to take the old test, feel free to. The S, or not the SYO. The A plus 220, 1001, and 1002 are the new ones. That should be out. But yeah, I believe these ones should probably be retired. Usually, it's usually like the first part of the year that they retire them. But it's still a refresher course is a good thing to learn. And once again, CCNA for $40. Maybe after you take fast tracks 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, you know, you jump into one of these because this is only 10 hours of content for that A plus course. The CCNA one is I don't see hours of content. 4.5 hours, 20 hours, 12 and a half hours. So you're looking at about if you sat down and tried to do this in a week, this would be a very good weekly content for you to stay active over the summer. 40 hours a week, you're putting in the work of a job. So you should be really prepared to do that. Did I close everything? I think I did. CNG 124. This week is our last week of material. Next week we just kind of do a supplemental material, which kind of gives you or I shouldn't say next week. I'm getting the habit of that. When we come back from break, 15 is just some supplemental material to kind of introduce a topic. And oh, it's not. Okay. Maybe this week is a supplemental material. Yeah. Wireless LANs. Supplemental material is just wireless LANs to introduce you to new technologies in wireless LANs. We look at IPv6 and Windows 10. This lab in particular, make sure to walk through it and do the evaluation on your home computers or your campus's lab computers. IPv6 usually is taking part of your MAC address and then making sure that we have all the bits used, or I should say, all the bits are accounted for in an IPv6 address. IPv6 address is much longer than IPv4. And the relation of that is IPv4, we ran out of IPs back in the 90s. The government used to give out blocks of IPs to like GE, Mountain Bell, where they'd say, okay, I think it was General Electric had 10 dot, the public IPs, and they're like, okay, Mountain Bell, you have 10 to 12 in the Class A IPs. Here you go, without realizing how many IPs there were, and then a little bit of history there. And then Mountain Bell started making money selling subnetting and selling IP addresses to other people since they had like a 10, which was a higher number. People wanted those high numbers close to 1, so they would sell them for like millions of dollars. IPv6, we will eventually run out of IPs. The amount of IPs available in IPv6 are, if I told you the number, it'd be comprehensible, but if I give you an analogy, it might be easier to understand. If you took every desert in the world, then that'd be like as big as the Sahara Desert, ranging to as small as the desert Walden area is pretty good size. Maybe like the Horsetooth beach area, sand too. All the beaches in the world, accumulating all those grains of sands from the deserts, from the beaches, from the little deserts, would be the equivalent of having as many IPv6 addresses as that. The number is so large that eventually we will run out of IP addresses, but that solution for IPv6 move is the best fit for now. Take a look at IPv6. It's